All right, so now we're going to move into the seated part of our home practice. So it's ideal that you've done the pranayama and the lying down one, but if today's one of those days where you just have a couple minutes and you can only do one of the home program, you're welcome to just do the seated one by itself. We do recommend that you start with a body scan. So let's just take a couple minutes here and just allow the breath to become natural. Allow each one to deepen, each inhale, each exhale. That you're allowing yourself just to soften and just come into the present moment. And we'll just scan through the body just as a way of checking in, just to notice how you're feeling. So just start at the feet and then move into the ankles and check in with the shins and the calves and the knees, and the thighs and the hips. And notice the back, lower, middle, upper, the front part of the body, the belly, the ribs, the spaces, the muscles between the ribs, and the chest. And from the chest we move into the shoulder joint, and we notice the shoulder joint itself and the upper arms and the elbows and the forearms and the wrist and the fingers. And then from there, we come into the muscles of the neck, and we notice the front, back, and sides of the neck. And the muscles of the face, relaxing the jaw, softening the inner outer corners of the eyes, and the muscles around the head. And then also note today your energy level and how your balance was, so we can modify accordingly. And we'll take a big breath in and a big breath out, and we'll notice the ah, finish up with the ah sound. So big breath in, big breath out, ah. One more time, big breath in, big breath out, ah. So we're going to come into seated mountain as our first pose. And if your sitting balance is feeling off today, then you need to have a chair with arms. Otherwise, you're welcome to sit in a chair without arms. You're always welcome to do this over the edge of a bed if your sitting balance allows for it. But you need to be able to sit up independently to perform these exercises. So if your balance is off or unsteady, I do suggest that you sit in a chair with arms. Okay? So let's come into seated mountain first. Now I'm going to scoot myself a little bit forward in the chair so my back's not resting on it. This is a little more work on the abdominals. If you're feeling a little tired today or need a little more support, then it's fine to sit back against the back of the chair. Just make sure that you're sitting upright. So you need your feet flat on the floor. If your feet do not connect to the earth in the sitting posture, then put something underneath your feet, like some magazines or a book. If you have yoga blocks, those are great. But you really want to be sitting 90-90. So the feet are flat on the floor, ankles and knees are in alignment, knees and hips are in alignment. Once you're here, take a moment, ground down into the chair. Feel the sit bones connect to the earth. Pelvis is as neutral as your spine will allow. And slowly stack one vertebrae on top of each other. And the navel's coming into the spine. And the entire core is working here. And we like to have the ears over the shoulders if that's accessible for you. And then once you're in this seated mountain pose, just take 2 or 3 belly breaths. Eyes can be closed. Good, and then let's keep the hands on the thighs, open the eyes. Let's begin to roll the shoulders up, back, down, and around. Now for some of you that have weakness on one side, the shoulder may not move in a perfect circle, but move what part of the shoulder blade you can. So about 5 circles one way, and once you get that down, then you can switch directions and do 5 the other. From there, we'll come back to center. We're going to move into lateral flank pose. So you have some options. If we're going to inhale the arm up, let me just show you the full option. So the full option is to inhale the arm up. Now, as you're bringing the arm up, you don't want to lift it so high that you're actually pulling the humeral head out of the shoulder socket. So you want to engage the shoulder muscles so that the arm is up, but the head of the humerus is in the shoulder socket. Palm is next to your head, and this is the start of the pose. Now, if this is too much for you, and it's too hard to lift the arm up, for this pose, I want you to hold on to the elbow. The goal of this pose is to open the side body, so having the arm extended is icing on the cake, but again, it's not the full, it doesn't allow us, the arm being up doesn't allow it, doesn't change much in terms of what our goal is. So you're either going to be here or here, okay? So Catherine's going to demonstrate the full pose, and I'll hold on at the elbow so you can see what it looks like. So we're going to inhale the arm up or hold on at the elbow and exhale. On your next inhale over, grounding to the sit bones, side bend the body away from the arm that you have raised. Navel's pulled into your spine. This is not a twist. So your whole front of the body is in alignment. Take one more breath here. And then we come back up to center. And we're going to switch sides. So again, if it's hard for you to lift up the arm, hold on at the elbow. Otherwise, you're going to inhale the arm up. And exhale, side bend over. Again, the focus is on opening up the side body. And so you concentrate your breath on inhaling and exhaling and opening up the ribs on the side that you are stretching. Good, and then we flow with breath. So we inhale and exhale over. Come back to center, inhale, exhale over. Good, 2 more. Inhaling up and over, and exhaling, returning to center. Focus the breath at the side of the ribs, opening up that side body as you inhale, and drawing the ribs towards each other as you exhale. And I think we have 1 more each way. I may have lost count, but that's okay. And then when you're finished, come back to center and breathe. Good. All right, let's bring the arms down to the side. Palms are towards each other. Bring the shoulder blades back and down and reach towards the floor. Palms are down or towards the front of the room. Yep. Reach the fingertips down, bring the shoulder blades back and down, and just a little bit of lift from the heart. We're opening up the chest here. Baby, baby, a little bit of opening. Take a big breath in, and then on the exhale, round over. Now I'm going to scoot a little forward. Round over so that you're actually coming and sitting on that sacrum and interlacing the hands, coming into a giant cat pose. And it's like you're hugging a beach ball. Good. 1 more breath. And then return to neutral. And sit up nice and tall. Let's take that one again. Bring the arms out to the side. Reaching the fingertips towards the floor. Bring the shoulder blades back and down. Just a little bit of lift in the heart. Feel the heart lifting towards the ceiling. Good, and then we take 1 more breath. And then we round over, rolling onto the tailbone and the sacrum. Bringing the arms in front, interlacing and dropping the head. Hugging that giant beach ball. And we breathe. Good. Bring the hands back down to the thighs, coming up to sit in mountain pose. So seated mountain. So let's play just a little bit. Bring the arms out into warrior 2 arms. This is warrior 2 and sitting. The arms are right at 90 degrees. You don't want to be up here or like this. You want them no higher than 90 degrees. Palms are down towards the floor and the fingertips are reaching. It's almost like you're being pulled in 2 different directions. And let's just do a little bit here in the shoulders. Let's inhale the arms up so that the palms are coming towards the ceiling, and exhale them down. Let's do 4 more. Good. Nice and tall. As you're beginning to do this, don't lose your mountain pose. If you need to sit back against the back of the chair, do so. Good. Release the arms down. We're going to come back and play with this in a minute. Just take a breath. Good. Let's bring the arms again out to the side. This time now, we're in warrior 2. Let's turn the left palm up. So we're going to inhale, turn it up. Good. And when you're ready, take an inhale here and exhale, side bend. Coming in to reverse warrior. Now, if this is too hard for you, again, you can release the arm down and just do the side bend at the waist. 1 more breath. Come back up to warrior 2. Take a breath. Good. Let's turn the palm up now on the right side. Inhale here. Exhale, reverse. And again, you have options. You can stay like Catherine is, or if your shoulder is not having any of that today, feel free to just bring it down by the side and open the side body this way. You choose. This should not cause any stress or any shortness of breath. Come back to center. Up nice and tall. Good. Let's bring the hands to heart center. We're going to come into Shiva Ray arms, as I call them. We're going to inhale the arms out to the side, and as you exhale, pull them forward and back to heart center. Good. When you're ready, let's do this 3 times. Your breath, your pace. So Catherine and I might be going at different paces. Inhale. And as you begin to come forward, exhale. Good. Try not to knock, if you're doing it with someone, try not to knock them out. And then you finish in heart center when you're done. Good. Bring the hands back to the heart. You can release them down to the thighs. All right, and then from here, we're going to come into triangle prep. So we'll return to warrior 2. Now this is this pose I call triangle prep, but I also call it the I'm too lazy to get out of bed and get something off my nightstand pose. So you're going to keep your sit bones grounded to the table. You're going to take an inhale, and we're going to go to the left. So we're going to inhale here and exhale, and then you're going to reach to the left without lifting that hip up on the right side. And we take a breath. So we're just working the side body, and we come back to center. And again, if having the arms up is too hard, do it without the arms. So Catherine's going to stay where she is. I'm going to release my arms down just so you can see the other option. So inhale here, exhale, go now to the left. Good, come back to center. Let's do that again. Inhale here, exhale, reach for that table. Come back to center. Inhale, exhale. Good, last one each way. Inhale, exhale, back to center. Inhale, exhale, come back to center and just bring your hands down onto the thighs. Just take a couple breaths there. And then we'll finish our asana poses with a twist. We are going to stretch the hamstrings in sitting, but let's just take one final twist. We're going to take the left hand, the right hand, bring it to left knee. Sit up nice and tall. And then when you're ready, take an inhale in. On the exhale, twist the belly, the ribs, and the shoulder to the left. Nose stays over the sternum. We don't ever twist the neck in our twists. One more breath, come back to center. Good, and now we take the opposite hand. So we'll take the left hand to the right knee, sit up nice and tall. Inhale here. On the exhale, twist the belly, the ribs, and then the shoulder to the right. One more breath and come back to center. Perfect. All right, so we'll finish our final pose today with our hamstring stretch. So we like the green straps. If you don't have green straps, it's underneath your chair. If you don't have green straps, you're welcome to use a tie or a towel, or just the regular old blue straps that many yoga studios have. So you have some options here. You can either wrap it around the foot. If you're using the green strap, you're always welcome to put the final loop, the last loop, over your foot. So Catherine will take the last loop, and I'm just going to place it over my foot with the weight strapped down. Now you want to be at the ball of the foot and not up mid-arch. I'm going to try to get it there. And then you're going to sit up nice and tall. So it's really important when you do this pose that all you're doing is straightening the leg, and you're not lifting the leg up like this or leaning back. If you find that you're leaning back in this pose, you're not doing the pose. So you must keep that seated mountain. And don't stress if the leg doesn't go up as high as you think it should. As long as you're feeling a stretch in the back of the hamstrings, which is the back part of your thigh, you're doing it right. So put the strap on, send the leg out in front, check your alignment, and sit up nice and tall. When you are ready, inhale in and lift the foot up. Now don't jackknife back, you're staying up nice and tall. And we breathe. Make sure that the shoulders haven't climbed up into your ears as you try to lift the foot up. It's always fine if this is hard for one side and you can't do it just do the one side, that's fine. And do one more full breath in. Good, and then release the foot down, and we'll switch to the other side. When you're ready, send the leg out in front. Take an inhale in. Check your alignment and lift up. Foot is pointed towards the ceiling. And we breathe. And again, we're not leaning back. We're sitting up nice and tall. Watch your shoulders. Biceps should be doing the work in the arms, not the shoulders. 2 more full breaths in. And then we release. Good. So we'll release the straps down to the floor. So your options here are to come into Shavasana or to move on to the mindfulness practice. Wherever you are and wherever you're going to be with this yoga practice today, we wish you a great day. Namaste.